So I just saw a completion of videos that black women were making on TikTok about Megan Thee Stallion's new video, Lover Girl. Of course, these dumb assholes are not political in any aspect. Like the way they're talking about their issue with Megan Thee Stallion's video and her content in general, they're not really, making the connections between that conversation and politics in general, because they purposely are doing that because social media is controlled by AI and paid bot bitches, MAGA hoes. I'm gonna call them MAGA whores. That's who's speaking on the behalf of black women all over the internet, including TikTok, Instagram. I don't care. All social media platforms are controlled by these MAGA whores. Like nothing is coincidence. Nothing is random. There's no random conversations going on. That's why these dumb females on the internet are talking about Megan Thee Stallion as being hypersexual, making hypersexual music instead of putting it in context about what's going on politically. Because they not putting things in the context. They're not saying the real issue. Okay, with Megan Thee Stallion, Rihanna, Sexy Red, all of these whores, these MAGA whores. I call them MAGA whores. Like these black women in entertainment are MAGA whores. They're prostitutes. It's real clear to everyday regular women, black women, that these celebrity women are prostitutes, which is why they keep gassing up the males that they're with on their pages. They keep doing it, and it's like, bitch, are you not reading the room? Are you not reading the country? Regular women ain't giving a fuck about these males like that. Like, why are you making content glorifying males and popping coochie for males who are poor, who are fucking basic, below average, mediocre, unachieving, just broke, lame, disgusting? Why in the fuck are you glorifying being in relationships with these males? Like, we regular women know why you're doing it. It's because you're a celebrity and you have access to celebrity males who are rich and they could control your paycheck. Okay, because you not shit without your record label, putting you on, like, and controlling your image. So we know that you don't make money unless these males make you money. So we know why you're glorifying them. But the fact is, your core audience, as all of these celebrity black women in general, I don't give a damn if they're a rapper or an actress, it don't matter. Like, your core audience, if your core audience is black women, you need to read the room, because black women ain't really giving a fuck about nothing you talking about when it comes to popping coochie for a man, or any of that crap y'all talking about. Clearly, black women are clearly, they think black women are stupid and uneducated. They think we're fucking dumb and we're not bred up, and they think we're unpolitical, or they're trying to make us non-political. They trying to make sure they can practice their misogyny and racism and whatever the fuck they want to practice on black women without black women being able to respond. That's what's really going on. Because if you listen to any of these black women make response videos about shit like that Megan Thee Stallion video and content, if you listen to them speak about it, they're not speaking in context, and they doing it on purpose. All they're saying is, oh well, her content is whack, like she keeps doing the same song over and over. Bitch, that's your biggest concern, is that she doing the same sound of music? Why is she telling you to pop your coochie for your man when these niggas ain't got shit and they broke? Why is she telling you to pop your coochie for your man when the government is trying to stop women who are low income from getting proper medical care and goddamn care for their reproduction, like reproductive health care? They trying to like roll that shit back. Why are you popping your coochie for your man when you're working 80 plus hours to feed your kids? Why would you be popping your coochie for your man? For fucking what? Like, these are the valid questions. Why are you popping your coochie for a man when you having all of this going on? Like, they're not asking that question. They just simply saying, well, Megan Thee Stallion's content is hypersexual. Like, it's been hypersexual. Like, what are y'all talking? Y'all just figuring this out? Black women's image have been hypersexual for the last damn 30 years. I mean, anytime we're on a movie, we're damn some whore, some hypersexualized whore, some damn harlot stealing somebody man. Look at Holly Berry. Look at her when she won that dang Oscar for a Monsters Ball. Look at her. Like, she played all these important characters, and then they only recognized her when she was getting dicked down by some white dude. It was the most disgusting. Matter of fact, to this day, I don't even want to watch that movie because of that scene with Holly Berry. Like, to this day, I don't want to watch that shit. That's how nasty and cringe that shit was to me. Like, I'm disgusted by it, and I'm damn 37 now. I was young when I seen that movie. Probably shouldn't have watched it, but whatever the hell. Because it really wasn't. It was really one scene that was really disgusting like that. Like, that was really only one scene in the movie, but the movie wasn't really about sex. But anyway, the point is, they've been trying to. I mean, at this point, it's real clear to people who are intelligent that they're promoting black women. They're promoting to black women that black women should participate in prostitution, period. Like, they're clearly trying to promote to black women to be whores. If you look at the economy, if you look at black women's annual income, and you look at the whole situation with the males that black women typically have access to, and then you look at all the celebrity women and what they're doing, like, that's clearly them trying to promote prostitution of black women. They literally want black women prostituting and getting pregnant while they prostituting. Because when you look at the law and you look at healthcare and you look at reproductive healthcare and you see all the shit that they're doing with that, then you see that if they're promoting to you to be a whore as a black woman, they clearly want you to get trapped with some kids too. So don't get it twisted. Like, this is very political, but these whores, these MAGA whores, are not putting it into proper context on purpose. That's what's going on. Megan is lame. She's a prostitute. I did grow up in the era of women promoting prostitution, but in the era that I grew up in, it was more about getting money and still having integrity as a prostitute than just popping your coochie for your man. Like, that's not what my generation was of women who are like Trina, like a rapper, promoting sexual liberation or whatever. That's the message was always about the money and self-respect. And that's the difference between that generation and this one. So that's why I'm calling this generation MAGA generation. Like, it's something wrong. Like, it's something not clicking upstairs with most of these females. I'm not about to be a part of this shit. Like I said, they trying to make millennials a part of this shit. We're not going. Like, they can say whatever they want, promote whatever they want. We're not fucking going. We're not going. It's never going to happen. They never going to make us think we need to be popping coochie for these broke ass males. This is never going to be a thing with my generation of black women. That's just not going to happen. Okay? We don't give a fuck about entertainment. We know that shit is dead, and they hanging on by a thread at this point because it's just trash. They're so obsessed with black women's sexuality, and they so obsessed with black women getting pregnant that's why the industry is trash. They're not focusing on talent. They're not focusing on lyricism. They're not focusing on art. They're not focusing on perfecting artists, grooming them. They don't care about that no more. All of these women, black women in entertainment, are getting paid to have babies promote having children, and promote hypersexuality. So these fucking bitches, these white supremacists can capitalize off of black people by them being reproduced. They can exploit them if they're being born. You understand? Like, they get you to be hypersexual and get pregnant. That's more black bodies to exploit. That's what the fuck is going on. And they're so obsessed with it that they're not paying attention to anything. Really, if you look at it, nothing. Everything is declining. Okay, including entertainment, because it's all about stalking black women at this fucking point. Which is why that Kayla Nicole girl just went viral for doing that Halloween costume as Toni Braxton on the video, wasn't man enough video. That's why that shit is going viral. That's why it's such an obsession with black females in connection to white females. Like, it's such an obsession. That's all these fucking freaks care about, is the sexuality of black women, and stalking us about our fucking genes. And they're obsessed with our genetics, and they obsessed with trying to monetize and control who our sexuality and who we have sex with. It's a very big focus on that shit. And all of the women who's getting tired, they should be getting tired of that shit. You should get tired of the fucking government stalking your ass, and white people in general stalking your ass. Because I see that shit as stalking. The fact that Kayla Nicole, she made Toni Braxton go viral, and she's a regular ass woman. She not no damn high-powered celebrity. She not no big name in Hollywood. And she made Toni B. Braxton an icon artist, one of the greats in the black community, in black culture. And I'll say worldwide. Like, the fuck? Who the hell don't know who Toni is? She made Toni Braxton go viral simply because she was clapping back at Taylor Swift's obsession of a stalker obsessed song about her and her damn on her album. Like, and then everybody's talking about that shit. This shit went viral. How the hell can some shit like that go viral? Like, do y'all understand that shit? It's crazy that a regular ass woman is going viral because she black and pretty. If she was a black woman who looked average, she wouldn't even be going viral. Because nobody would give a fuck. If Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's fiance, Kayla Nicole's ex-boyfriend, if he didn't date a whole bunch of black women and get with a white bitch, she would not be going viral right now. We wouldn't even know who the hell she is. She's going viral, making Toni Braxton go viral again for clapping back at a bitch, a white chick who's obsessed with her, throwing shots at her because her ex-boyfriend because her current fiance was once dating a black girl. This is going viral now in these streets. Do y'all know how fucking obsessive that is for something that stupid to go viral and make a celebrity that's an icon trend on the internet? What kind of shit is that? Then you have all these black women talking about that shit. This shit viral. And it's all because of how she looked. Because nobody would give a fuck if she was ugly. But this is how obsessed they are with black women's sexuality and DNA. With black women's genes. With their genetic fucking genes. I mean, this is what's happening. And they clearly are obsessed. I mean, because everything they literally are doing is about it. It's like everything these males are doing is obsession with black women having sex, like our sexuality and our genes, our DNA. These people are psychotic. Every day black women are going viral over some weird ass shit. And then you have these celebrity women who are clear prostitutes promoting prostitution through their damn content. Like, the shit crazy. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that shit is crazy. And it's every day. The obsession is fucking real. Like, people are coming to this country. You have foreign people and non-black people in general capitalizing off of having these conversations about black women's fucking life and image and DNA and sexuality. Like, they're capitalizing off of they stay stalking and capitalizing off of conversations about black females. It's fucking demented. This is how you know this whole country revolves around exploiting black women. The whole country functions off of stalking black women. And that's why the hell with in the day of AI and social media is starting to bleed onto social media, the obsession with black women. Because that's how these bitches been coming to this country making money. Is by exploiting black women. That's what this whole shit is about. They're just doing it now through the internet, through AI and shit. Making these whack ass conversations go viral and obsessing about black women. It's fucking crazy to watch. And it's these fucking males. These males are obsessed with our ass on a psychotic level. The government is obsessed, and these males voted for Trump. They collectively supported Trump just to spite black women. It's real fucking clear. And that's why you had these bitch ass, crest ball ass knick-knocks on the internet talking about they happy that government assistance is being cut. Because they think they're going to benefit sexually from black women if black women are poor and don't have any fucking money. They think that their dirty, dingy, disgusting, despicable ass is going to get some play because black women that are losing benefits or losing money. Like, we fucking, like, how in the hell would that ever be a benefit to your ass? Like, us not having no money just mean your bitch ass is not going to eat. Just like if they cut food stamps, if they were to do that, that would benefit your ass more than it would. I mean, that would starve you before it would starve a black woman, pretty much. Like, that would negatively impact black men more than black women if they cut food stamps. And they don't even understand that part. Like, bitch, black women know how to cook. Black women know how to improvise, and they also know how to get their own food. Hell, black women know how to steal better than Negroes. Like, y'all dumbasses stay going to jail. So, the fuck you mean somebody gonna run to your dirty ass because they ain't got no money? Who the fuck would ever run to a knick-knock when they don't have no money? Who would ever do that? That's not even known in history for anybody to do. So that don't even make no damn sense. I don't even understand the logic behind the niggas who are saying that shit. Because it don't make no sense. Like, anyway, but the point is, that's their mentality and that's their logic. They really think if black women lose jobs and lose income, that they're going to somehow be propped the fuck up. And it's not going to happen. Black women just going to stay broke. or they're gonna go to other women and live at their house. That's what they're gonna do. You males are not no commodity, and you haven't been for a long time, and you're not gonna be. And the fact is, paying these whore ass celebrity females to prop these rich males up, because they just propping up celebrity men. Most women, regular everyday women, don't have access to rich celebrity men. So bitch, that's not never gonna make a man look good just because they propping up celebrities anyway. That's ridiculous. Like, what the fuck a celebrity male have to do with these bums on the street? Like, that whole logic is crazy to me. They want us to romanticize. See, they're doing that because they want us to romanticize being with rich men. They want that to still be relevant to us women. And they want us to aspire to have a rich celebrity man with status, privilege, and wealth, right? So then I guess they think that that'll trickle down and make women seek after males who resemble celebrity males, even though those fucking bums are not celebrity males. Like, we too stupid to figure that out. This is how dumb these motherfuckers think we are. Is that they think we're going to try to date a male just because he looks like a celebrity male. Like, no, dumbass, we're not doing that. So we know that dude is not a celebrity. We know that we're not going to be conflating those things together because we're not fucking dumb. So, because I don't know, I don't see the purpose of them going so hard with trying to prop up celebrity men, because they be going real hard. And I'm not understanding it because it's not making the average man look good. All that's doing is making women more materialistic about, you know what I'm saying, getting a high profile, wealthy man. That's all that's going to do. And that's not good, because the more women aspire to have a wealthy man, the more these regular everyday males are not going to get no play because they're regular. As long as a black woman in particular has to work 80 plus hours, she not giving no damn regular dude no fucking pussy or play. It's just not going to happen. I don't know what the hell type of, I mean, you have dumbass primitive black women on the earth, but the ones who are thinkers and actually have intelligence, they not about to get got by this whole scam. It's just not going to happen for them. So I don't even know what the hell the agenda is really. But I know that women, or black women in particular, are claiming that they're getting tired of that. The MAGA slut era. They tired of seeing that shit. And they should have been tired of seeing this shit. So now the question is the era over because when black women are finally getting tired of that shit? Or is it going to continue? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out at this point. Is Megan going to keep putting that content out? Is these MAGA whores, these MAGA celebrity whores, are they going to keep putting out hypersexual content? Or are they going to stop and start doing different content? Because I'm waiting for that shit to happen for real. Because I've been tired of that shit. I don't understand how the fuck. Like I said, I know that these people are pressed and obsessed, and that's why the hell this shit is even relevant or prevalent. Because and then, you know, you have dumb bitches on the internet blaming black women for that content. Like, all of these Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, all of these female rappers are literally signed to record labels controlled by men. So I don't know why the hell you have dumb females on the internet actually connecting some dots that don't need to be connected. Ain't no black women don't have nothing to do with that hypersexual content. Most black women in real life are not hypersexual at all. I don't know any hypersexual black women. All the black women I know are not even really having sex like that. You can tell. Because they ain't got no man. And most of the men around are gay. And look gay. Act gay. And they broke. So I know that they, to most normal women, they wouldn't even be looking at those dudes as a potential option to have sex with or have a relationship with. So that's just letting me know that most black women are not hypersexual. Because if they were, they would be sleeping with any dude around. Like, they'll be always with a dude on deck. No matter how nasty and disgusting and broke he is, they will have one because it's one to have. If you hypersexual like a man, that's what you're going to do. You're going to have men on deck. It ain't going to matter if they ugly or, broke or any of that shit. It's just not going to matter because you there for the dick. You're not there for anything, any perks, because you're not getting no perks being with a man. The only perk is the penis, and that's it. That's how hypersexual people think. So if black women were collectively hypersexual, then you would see it prevalent, because they'll be with any type of disgusting, dusty. They always have a male on deck for that purpose. And I ain't seeing that shit. And you could tell with the black women, who are married, you can tell that you know what I'm saying, they are in a sexless marriage for the most part, because they distant from their husband. They don't really be, they out of that romantic era, that that lover girl romantic era. That era is very, that's like usually the beginning of your relationship. That's usually not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20 years into your marriage. Like, you're not gonna be on that kind of shit with your husband. Like, that doesn't happen. So any black woman who was married for 10 plus years, like, you can tell they're not having sex like that. You can just tell. So that's how you know they're not hypersexual. Even though they have a man in the house and they married, you can kind of tell he ain't been getting none. If you look at most black women who are married, it's real obvious. And if he have been getting something, damn sure it probably ain't from her. Because she don't look happy. So if he looking happy and she don't, you can kind of tell what that's all about. Because ain't no fucking woman happy, especially a millennial, somebody's in their 30s and 40s and shit, ain't happy with no fucking, being married and being in a marriage where you gotta work all them hours and take care of them damn kids and then pop your coochie for your man. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? But anyway, I really feel like Megan Thee Stallion was talking to younger women, which is why Megan ain't got no kids. She not married. She's promoting that lifestyle with younger women, like, who are not married already. Women who are just dating. She's trying to tell women who are dating to pop that coochie for your man. Because I know she ain't talking about no damn married women. Bitch ain't married, so she wouldn't know, saying nothing about being married. So I know that she's not promoting that shit. She's literally just promoting being a prostitute and a whore to young women who are impressionable and dumb and young. Clearly trying to set them up for getting pregnant before they need to. And I'm glad at least some black women are having an issue with that content, because they fucking should. Like, why in the hell would you be wanting to listen to that garbage? I don't even know why the hell women are listening to that shit. How the fuck? It has to be Gen Z. Like I said, it has to be some damn kids or some early 20 ass women who are at that baddie stage. You know what I'm saying? That pop that pussy stage in their life. Because it's a time period in your life where you just be You want to be a baddie, you want to be in the club, you want to be thinking hypersexual behavior is cute because everybody doing it. It has to be for them because it show the fuck ain't for us grown ass women like who are grown and real grown. Like get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody popping shit for nothing. Ain't no woman working 40 plus hours, 50 plus, 60, 80 plus to pay bills want to pop shit. That's clear. That's a lie. So they little fantasy fucking world in Hollywood ain't real. And the average woman knows it's not fucking real. Yeah, all of them are. All of the celebrity. You know what's sick and depraved? That's why Rihanna to me was a problem. That's why I was saying she was a problem. Because what I find disturbing is she's supposed to be promoting her marriage. Not even marriage. They still not married, right? She not married to ASAP Rocky, right? So that's not a marriage. But she trying to promote being with a gay ass male to millennials because she's a millennial. So when she promoting the lifestyle that she's promoting, it's to women of her age. She trying to make us look like some fucking clowns because ASAP Rocky's effeminized and look like a bitch. So she's trying to say our generation is dating. Bitch, no the fuck we're not, because we always knew and were taught that, you know what I'm saying, we were brought up on if he gay, stay away. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's effeminate, if he has feminine tendencies, if he does any weird ass funny style shit, then we not trying to talk to him. Because clearly he's struggling with something on the inside and we ain't trying to be a part of that. We were not the generation raised to think it's cool to be with an effeminate gay man. Like, no the fuck we were not. Okay, so no, if he dressed like a girl and he has feminine tendencies, that was always frowned upon in our generation. To date. Not him being him and minding his business and being gay and living in his gay truth. That's not what we talking about. We talking about we not dating your motherfucking ass. You clearly gay. Like, the fuck? That you not gonna get played. That was called getting played if you ended up with a gay dude without your knowledge. That was what that was called. You got clown, you got played. He played your ass. That was something to fight for. That was something to fuck somebody up for. When I was growing up, there was a lot of talk in our generation about catching AIDS and catching all kinds of diseases from men who was getting down, you know, with other men and all this kind of stuff. So we were definitely raised and brought up to not fuck with that. So for any millennial promoting that shit, the bitch is compromised, meaning that somebody's paying that hoe to promote whatever crap she's promoting, because that's not the fuck our generation. We was not brought up like they trying to. And then what they're doing, this is why the fuck I don't fuck with Gen Z. This is something I've been noticing, is that they keep trying to blend us millennial females with Gen Z females. They keep trying to make us the same, or they trying to make us compete with them or something, or act like we the same. Bitch, we're not the same as them little raggedy ass, miserable ass little girls. Do you understand? We're not the same. We were not brought up in the same era, which is why their male group is effeminized, bitch ass made dudes. That's why they dress. That's why they be walking around with purses and earrings and shit in both ears and doing all that kind of shit. Because clearly, them motherfuckers was not raised at the time that us millennials were being raised. Because that was a no-no. Dressing and feminized as a grown ass man in millennial time was frowned upon. Like I said, that shit was not acceptable behavior as a grown ass man, especially if you're trying to date a female. That was not fucking cool. So definitely that was definitely not a part of my generation where, I mean, you did have androgynous men, but in the 80s, but that's not my generation. The androgynous men of the 80s were not my generation. That was them damn boomers and shit, and Gen X looking up to them effeminate androgynous men in the 80s. So it was kind of looking gay, because it was, you had Prince and you had other black males in the 80s kind of dressing effeminate too. So I do recall that time, but I don't give a fuck because that wasn't my generation. I didn't grow up seeing that. Like, I was born in the late 80s. So most of my influence came from the 90s. And by the 90s, they hung that gay shit up. Like, that androgynous shit was out. That went out in the 90s. They kind of did away with the whole androgynous image of black men. That was kind of like an era, but then it ended. And see, in the 90s, they started promoting males as masculine, you know what I'm saying? Hyper masculine, kind of like toxic masculine, like, you know, just gangsters and baggy pants, baggy clothes. I don't fuck with that gay shit type. That might have been fake though. I mean, now that I think about it, that could have been because they was trying to put it out there in the 80s that males were gay. And then if it didn't, you know, I feel like if they seen it, it wasn't, women wasn't responding to that and didn't like it, that's probably why they changed the image of black men in the 90s and started promoting them differently, because they just felt like, oh, this ain't the time to promote effeminate men or effeminate black men, because it's not taking off. Like, the women are not responding to it, because they did do away with all that androgynous shit in the 80s. They did. It's like they switched overnight. Like, as soon as the 90s came in, they was making fun of black males from the 80s and saying they was bitches, pretty much. Like, you know what I'm saying, they was punks, pretty much, soft, weak. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Chris Brown. I don't even want to talk about Chris Brown because I don't feel like he's relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see why we even talking about Chris Brown, because this live didn't have nothing to do with him. So I'm not gonna just go off a topic to talk about Chris Brown when he's not relevant to me. Chris Brown is a millennial. He getting older. That Chris Brown era, I think, is over. For me, it is. He not in his prime anymore. He already done did what he gonna do. He not gonna get better than what he was in his prime. Like, he can't out he can't surpass his prime of the Chris Brown era. That's over. So all Chris Brown's going to do now is get older and become more irrelevant, because all of that pop locking that he do, who's going to be caring about that in 10 years? I don't even care about it now. I never thought Chris Brown was sexy either. So yeah, I just liked his music, you know. After he got into that fight with Rihanna, he started making relevant music. I like that era, the Chris Brown era, when he was really popping. He was putting out a lot of those hits. Like, yeah, but I mean, at this point, I don't feel like black women should care about him anymore. Like, the fuck, he's getting older, as we all are. And yeah, like, they can keep trying to compare him to Michael Jackson. No, the fuck he's not. So, yeah, get that out of here. Yeah, I don't know why they keep trying to make. I don't know why they keep trying to make him relevant. I don't understand why they I think they're doing whatever. I'm gonna explain this to y'all. They doing whatever they can because black women have lost interest in niggas on a high, the highest level possible, and it's literally a problem for them right now. This is like a puzzle they trying to put together, or they trying to fix this problem. So they putting a lot of elderly black men back out there. You know, they promoting all of the elders because that's who's relevant. Um, these younger black dudes are so toxic and fucked up that they're trying to hold on to some kind of relevancy by using the older generation. And see, Chris Brown, black women like Chris Brown's music. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown is not popping. He's not fine. He's not attractive or nothing. Black women never thought that Chris Brown was sexy. Like, he's not sexy. He never was. It was the music. We just like his music. So they are getting it confused, in my opinion, and thinking that he's sexy. So they keep trying to make Chris Brown relevant to black women because they think that we find him attractive when we don't. And they keep using him to promote, you know, they using him for propaganda. They keep trying to make him relevant to us, and it's like, nigga, he was never relevant to us in the first place. Like, who the fuck ever thought Chris Brown was sexy? Who the fuck ever said that? Because I don't think anybody thought he was fine. I thought, from my opinion, from my perspective, they black women thought that his music was good and he could dance. So we like seeing him perform his songs. But we not crazy over him. Like, we not fanning out over him. We never was fanning out over Chris Brown. We never was on that type of level. They just try to make it seem like we was. Now, that might be Gen Z. Gen Z probably fan over him like that, but the fuck us millennials don't. Because remember, Chris Brown was promoted to Gen Z. That's who he was really relevant to. When he came out with his bullshit, because I never liked Chris Brown in the beginning. I only liked him, you know, after the whole Rihanna thing, because his music became better. But if he ain't, let me know. Run it. That was promoted to Gen Z. That song, that era of Chris Brown when he first came out, he was a cornball. Like, all of us millennial black women thought he was fucking ugly and lame. And I think that's why he don't like black women too. Because y'all have to understand, like, these celebrities, when they come out, they do like a panel and shit to see if they're gonna be relevant and who they're gonna be relevant to, right? They do a panel discussion. Like I'm sorry, JD, the rapper JD, the producer JD. He, remember when he was on Rap Game with them kids and he did that panel? That's what they be doing. We don't be knowing about that. That they do a panel of regular people or people who are musically, you know what I'm saying, care about pop culture or whatever. They do a panel discussion and they'll put an artist out, like put their little music video and you know, put them, you know, singing and dancing and stuff, and then they have a panel discussion. They put people around to see who was gonna be their core audience, right? I think what happened with Chris Brown and a lot of black men, mainly him too, like mainly him. I feel like that panel didn't go good. I feel like black women were saying he ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? He kind of lame. Because they promoted him to Gen Z. Because I feel like millennial black women didn't like him. So I feel like us millennial black women was like, he's whack. We don't care for him. We don't give a fuck. He ain't never going to be relevant. And think about it. That had to have been what happened because he started linking up with T-Pain, with dudes we did like, because T-Pain was for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, T-Pain and who else? Omarion, and I'm trying to think of anybody, other black men from the Chris Brown era. All of the other black dudes from the Chris Brown era, I'm pretty sure we black women, millennial black women, like the other dudes more than him. Because I know I didn't like Chris Brown. Like, he was corny, he was a little kid, and he danced, all that pop locking stuff was whack. So I'm pretty sure that's what that panel looked like, and that's probably why he don't like black women. Because we said he was ugly and lame. Because I know how black women are, we kind of mean. Especially us millennials. We real blunt. We don't give a fuck. We don't care if it hurts your feelings or not. Like, we gonna tell her how it is. We don't. You're whack. You need to work on your skills. Like, you need to, I don't know, get your hair cut like this. We gonna tell you about yourself. And I really feel like that's what happened, and that's why he don't like black women to this day. Because what y'all have to understand is that if they do these panels and black women don't like the artist, then the artist has to change his whole goddamn own image pretty much to fit what black women like. Because they know if they sell an artist and they whack, they know that they're not gonna make no money. So if they put a dude out here or a female or anybody and all of the people don't like them, then they gonna go back to the drawing board, and then they gonna be like, you know what? Let me change this. You need to change this. We gonna make you look like. I mean, that's what they. It's called artist development. That's what they fucking do. Like, when you really understand the industry and how it works, you can understand then why a lot of artists don't like black women. I'm telling you, because we probably was talking shit. We gonna tell you when you whack. We gonna let you know. And they probably really hold our opinions to a high regard because we the culture. So they probably do panel uh influence panels and shit. They probably do that with black women a lot. And they ain't telling us and shit. We don't know nothing about that. So we thinking, why y'all hate us for? Like, why the fuck you don't like black women? Why y'all keep talking shit? It's probably because they was fucking whack. And we said they were whack. And we said, bitch, we're not buying it. I'm telling you. These dudes got a chip on their damn shoulder real bad. And it's got to be more to it than, you know what I'm saying, high school and shit. I feel like it's more to that shit. I think they mad as an artist that they had to change to suit our, you know what I'm saying, what we like. Like, they wasn't good enough. Chris Brown was lame. He's still lame. He's still that light-skinned, corny-looking dude to me. All that shit he be doing, like, he with his hair and clothes and putting all them tattoos all over himself, that shit ain't do shit for me. I ain't give a fuck about it. I'm like, yeah, you trying to edge yourself out. You still lame to me. Fuck. I remember when I was in high school, all of the black women like 50 Cent. That was the main dude. Like, I'm talking about physically. That's who all the black females is always sweating. I remember that in high school. That he was the dude during that time. Like in 2002, in the early 2000s, 50 Cent was that dude. Physically, for black girls, millennial females. They was just like, oh, 50 Cent, he's so fine. I was like, I wasn't feeling his face. So, I didn't think he was fine. I was like, y'all just like his body. But he not all that cute in the face. That's how I felt about it. So, and you have y'all we was ruthless. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, most of the dudes that was out during that time, black women was not feeling none of them. It was a lot of lames out during that time, now that I think about it. Like, they only was relevant, like, they legit, they music was legit the reason why 50 Cent minus 50 Cent, they was sweating him. I remember that. But everybody else, like, I'm telling y'all, I know what I know. I liked Omarion during that time, during the Chris Brown development. I like Omarion. That's who I was like. I liked his music. So that's who my guy was. I didn't like 50 Cent. I didn't like Chingy, the rapper, because a lot of black women was on that bandwagon. It was a lot of dudes, yeah, like what's that rap group with Nelly? Nelly was one of them. I thought Nelly was cute at that time. Yeah, I did. I thought he was cute. But then after getting high in here, that's when I stopped liking Nelly after that song came out. Because it pissed me off how whack it was and how people thought it was the best song ever. They kept playing that shit on MTV over and over again. I started getting pissed off, and I think that's when I stopped liking Nelly. It's because of that one song. because I couldn't stand that song. I hated it. But anyway, I like Snoop Dogg during that time. I like all of the OGs at that time. Like my main core, like my main artist that I like was like the old schools, like Nas and Foxy Brown and Brandy, Monica, Aaliyah. You know, those are my people. I didn't really. Marion would have been the only dude that's a millennial that I liked. You know what I'm saying? Like was young and around my age. He was the only one I liked really. Can't think of nobody else. Because all the other dudes was way older than me, so that's who I thought was cute. I don't know. But I tell y'all like this, like I said, Chris Brown was whack. And nobody's going to ever fucking tell me, because motherfuckers want to argue with me, and I'm not going to be argued with. Chris Brown was fucking whack when he came out, and he was not being promoted to no damn millennials. We wasn't supposed to like him. He was the corny, light-skinned little cornball that when he came out. I didn't like him. I thought he was fucking lame. I mean, he was a kid. The way he was singing and rapping, I mean, not even rapping, but the way he was singing and dancing was kind of corny. It was like some kid shit. So, and I really honestly believe other black women, millennial black women, felt the same way. They just lying now because they trying to act like just because he became that dude. Bitch, he was not originally that dude. So stop. But anyway, moving on because I don't care about that nigga. And like I said, right now they just trying to put any black dude out there, like any black dude that was once relevant, they trying to make them popping again because they trying to bring that sexy back. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to bring that old R&B feel. You know what I'm saying? That old R&B swag back from the 90s. They trying to bring that back. And they trying to make it relevant. And it's like, it's not possible. Those men are old now. They're older men. So this generation ain't never going to take on to that type of class that those males had. So you can bring them back. You can bring the old schools back, but they not going to be relevant now like they were in the way that they were. That's not going to come back. That energy ain't coming back. Like you can bring them back in a spotlight, but that's not going to do shit because I'm like, what is that? We still love those artists. They're legends. We still love them, but it's not what you trying to do. Because if you think that you about to make us all hot and bothered by these dudes who are elderly, you're not. And Gen Z black dudes are not never gonna be on their level. That's that grown and sexy, and they'll never be grown and sexy. And I mean never. I don't give a fuck when they even when they become grown, they still not gonna be sexy. That shit is over. That era of black males is over. That's never coming back. Because who the hell is going to groom alpha kids to be like those black men? Who? Because they daddy definitely ain't doing that shit. And them uncles are older and elderly, and they not about to do shit either. If they was going to do something, they would have already done it. So Gen Alpha will be worse than Gen Z. And I'm telling you that right now. So that toxic, what y'all calling it? You calling it toxic masculinity or whatever y'all talking about now? That shit gonna be real prevalent with. Matter of fact, what I'm seeing with Gen Alpha, those boys, those black young boys are very hyper emotional. They're gonna be real bad when it comes to being emotional. Like and being like hyper emotional. They the worst. Gen Alpha little boys are very hyper emotional, really, really bad. And it's probably because of their daddies. Because Gen Z is very hyper emotional. So they teaching their sons to be hyper emotional. And millennial black dudes are hyper emotional too. They the first generation of, males being, uh I ain't gonna say groomed to be hyper emotional, but they definitely ain't getting checked. Cause ain't nobody checking their ass. Like the older generation of black men who would have been able to check millennial black dudes, the older generation don't even really want no smoke with millennial black dudes. So they don't be checking them. When they get hyper emotional, start acting like a bitch, the older generation ignores them. They just be like, man, get the fuck on, because they don't have time. You know what I'm saying? So they don't be getting checked. So, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be bad for these kids. It's gonna that energy gonna be real bad. I see it. So they're gonna be worse off. So that sexy shit that they trying to bring back is not prevalent and ain't coming back. These males are effeminized, they're hyper emotional, and they're ignorant, and they are unskilled. They don't have no skills. They don't have no social skills, and they don't have no just regular basic skills. They don't have no work skills. They don't have no skills. So they're gonna be the most effeminate, annoying, poor, weird generation of males ever to exist. And that sexy is not coming back by a long shot. And the economy is terrible, and that shit ain't changing. So it'll never pretty much be affordable to live ever again. That era of being able to afford your bills and afford somewhere to live and have money left over is over too. So I feel like that's not coming back either. So what made the olden times what it was will not come back. It's not coming back. So the way people were able to coexist and function on a better level, I'm not saying on a great level, but just on a better level than now, that's not coming back. We'll never coexist with these fucking males ever again in history ever again. We came close to it, but these degenerate ass bitches showed their ass, and now it's over for them, in my opinion. So this generation will be, they think that we millennials gonna be mammies. They trying to groom us to be taking care of these bitch ass, effeminate ass males. Like making us they Jemima, taking care of them and working overtime to give them our money. That's what they trying to create. They want us to have a house full of incompetent, mentally primitive males, and they want us to feed them like roaches or something, like go out there and work all these hours just to feed them. They want them completely to be irrelevant to us, like economically or financially, period. They want them to be just alive, and they want us to use them as sexual material. Like they just good for dick. Like we just using them sexually to get pregnant and then slave for the rest of our life taking care of them. That's what they're trying to create with us millennials. I figured it out. They don't want us to have a life. They don't want us to have autonomy. They don't want us to have money. They don't want us to have success. They don't want us to have purpose. They don't want us to have happiness. They don't want us to have shit. They just want us to be slave breeders for these nignogs. That's what they trying to create. That's the environment they trying to create. And then they want us to slave, taking care of the younger generation of black males by ourselves. And what you see with them promoting the shit they promoting to Gen Z females, them sons gonna be real fucked up because of the way they mamas act. If they only have their mama to lean on, right? If they only have their mom and they're not gonna have no males in their life that's worth shit, and they only leaning on females and they leaning on Gen Z females, that's gonna be real bad. Cause y'all seen what the hell them boomers and Gen X did to this generation of black dudes, right? You know, the millennial black dudes and Gen Z. You see how they act. So they couldn't even though they had the better upbringing and mental development, they still fucked them Negroes up as single mothers. Even not even just as single mothers, but even married women. Like none of these Negroes are fully functioning and mentally developed. You know what I'm saying? Like they not right. So that means that boomers and Gen X failed these males. And that means that Gen Z gonna do a worse job than Gen X and boomers did. So you know them sons about to be fucked up. So that bringing that sexy back shit is bullshit. And even Gen Z female children will not even be groomed to know what sexy is. You understand? Like they're not gonna know what the hell that is. After this generation dies off, you know, the Gen X, after they die off, they're gonna do away with all that shit. That sexy shit, that R&B sexy archetype of black man or whatever the fuck, that generation, that era, they're gonna erase that shit off the maps. So those girls won't even be subjected to that shit. They won't even see it, know what it is. They gonna just understand their, which is scary and it's sad. Because their generation of males gonna be so fucking weird and disgusting and demonic. And they're not gonna have no idea that how things could be or should be. Because the way I look at these males, they parasites. They operate as a parasite. They trying to cling on to any woman they can for survival. They trying to cling on to the. I don't know why they care, in my opinion, about women who are beautiful, because they don't. That's not a commodity anymore. You know, beauty ain't shit no more. It used to mean something when when things were different, but that's not gonna mean shit with the next generation. That's not gonna mean anything. So what's gonna happen is these males, instead of clinging on to beautiful women, because even right now they're not trying to cling. They trying to kind of cling on to beautiful women and their genetics, and obsessively trying to get the genetics of a beautiful woman and shit. They clinging on that kind of still now, but they also promoting the traditional woman and all this bullshit too. So they really value that more than they value beauty, in my opinion, because they value the labor of a woman more than they value what she looked like. So as long as these parasites are constantly promoting that, then that means that any woman that's who's merely competent, like she just smart, she know how to take care of things, that's gonna be the highly valued woman, right? And these males gonna cling to those women and fucking parasite the shit off of those women and make them so tired and so fucking miserable and so overworked that the women are gonna become lazier and lazier and more tired, because that's the only thing that can happen to a woman that's overworked, is she becomes more and more tired and less competent the more she has fucking parasites on her clinging to her. And see, black women now are the new, that's what we represent, is labor, as somebody that can hand out something to these fucking retards who don't know how to take care of themselves. So with Gen Alpha, they're gonna be, it's gonna be some real parasite shit going on with that generation, and they're gonna be just clinging. I feel like these males gonna cling on and parasite until these women are fucking dead, or they just don't have nothing to offer anymore. It's gonna get worse with each generation coming forward with the parasite shit, which is what that's been in the back of my head this whole time, because these males are fucking weird. They won't better themselves. They won't get a life. So they keep clinging on to mainly black women for survival. So that parasite shit gonna get worse with each generation coming after. Cause look at how everybody's obsessed with black women now. Look at the constant stalking and conversations about our sexuality, about who we dating and what the fuck we're doing, and all this hypersexualization of black. Look at the sickness with these bitches. They get more oppressed about it because these fucking disgusting, nothing ass parasites of other races and black males, they can't just make it on their own. They don't know how to be they don't know how to be on their own. They don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to be relevant on their own. They don't know how to make money on their own. When they asses are parasites and they don't have no intelligence, no creativity, no skill. All these non-black bitches are good for it in my eyes because of how they present in society and how they show up in society is genetic material. That's the only thing these bitches of other races have to offer. They don't have any intelligence. They don't have any creativity. They don't have any originality. They don't have no culture to present. They don't have nothing to present other than a pale skin. So because of that reason, that's why black women are being preyed upon on the level that we are, because we the only ones relevant. We the only ones have anything to offer that people can capitalize off of when they ain't shit and they don't have nothing of their own. You feel me? So I feel like I'm understanding that because I understand why black women are an obsession. I've been, years I've been, that's been in the back of my head trying to figure out the why, the what and the why are things happening the way they are. And that's what I came up with, because I'm like, oh, this country was founded on exploiting black women sexually. Okay, it's still happening. It hasn't stopped. Okay, people are trying to figure out new ways to exploit black women. I get it. This is an obsession. These motherfuckers, they on survival mode. They parasites. They don't have shit to offer. I get it. So that means that when the next generation coming in, they gonna do everything to convince those little girls that they have no value but being slave labor to this country so that other people can benefit. And when they dry that fucking well, I don't know what they're going to do after that, because they so fucking pressed about it. They won't even move on. They won't even evolve. These parasites, they can't even evolve into their own relevancy. They can't go past exploiting black women being in our space. They can't evolve past that. So that means that they're going to be conditioning the next generation of black girls to be even more pathetic, more of a slave, more just not having no autonomy over their own body, and not having a thought process. Like they're gonna try to train them not to have any opinion about their own life. They're gonna be just literal slave labor, because our generation of millennials gonna be slaves. We ain't even got no choice. Look at what Trump is doing, right? You look at politics and you look at the policies being set in place, right? Right now, they try to make the age for retirement older. They try to make you slave longer. They try to make you, they fucking with our money. They been trying to stop us from having any kind of income to sustain a livelihood. So they still doing that shit. And then they trying to repeal anything where we have any freedom or wiggle room or anything like that, right? So that shit gonna get, that's gonna be even worse because we millennials, we'll never be on our parents' level with our finances. You know what I'm saying? We'll never be able to save money and get stuff handed down to us through like generational wealth, like homes and land and property. All that shit getting sold off with boomers. They selling that shit the fuck off. We not gonna get a cut of none of that shit. So we not gonna be having no payday. We gonna have to slave for our dollar. We're not going to be handed nothing. Because what these males are doing, they're trying to make sure that what happened with the boomers doesn't happen with us. Because they push feminism. They push for equal pay, equal rights, this, that, right? They trying to demonize feminism now. So they try to make sure we don't never have the privileges of that era of feminists. You know what I'm saying? They promoted things so they can have room, but then they trying to condition us not to fight. They trying to control us with AI and trying to make sure we don't have no real discussions so that they slave plan can be executed. Then you have bitches helping these males do this shit because they're demented assholes. Which is why you have the have and the have nots. You see how you have the have and the have nots? The bitches on social media who are doing well, it's only because they're not married. It's only because they don't have no kids. But they're trying to convince other women to value men in marriage and have kids. When these bitches are only doing well because they don't have, you know what I'm saying? You have the have and the have nots. And they trying to fuck up other women. They getting paid to do this shit. They know that they won't have shit unless they promote this slave shit to other women. But then they try to assert superiority over the women that they're, trying to convince of certain behaviors and mentalities. They try to flex their lifestyle over those women. Why they telling you to do some shit that where you would never attain that lifestyle because of your decisions of doing what they're trying to convince you to do. So yeah, that's what's happening. So like I said, with Gen Alpha, they are going to be trained to be mindless, soulless slaves. They're going to be trained to be just a genetic material to these males. Something these males can use for sexual exploitation, like a machine. Like they're going to be trained to be a fucking machine pretty much. And then their stupid ass mothers are going to allow that to happen because these bitches don't care. So because of these sluts, these male apologist bitches are trying to team up with these fucked up males against their own selves. Their daughter's going to suffer because of that shit. So this generation of black women going to be worse than the boomers were. Because them fucking broke ass hoes, they going to be working slaves and they ain't never going to have no money and they going to have shit to offer their kids. And then they going to convince their kids to be slave labor zombies. With no self-respect or dignity or pride or none of that shit. Because you see how on the internet, they always talking about colorism and they male apologists and fucking white supremacist sympathizers and all kinds of twisted ass bitches. They're teaching that shit to Alpha. They teaching that to Alpha. So that you know what's going to happen to Alpha when they thinking like that, right? Just trash bitches. And that's why the fuck I don't fuck with anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like these dirty nigga hoes. Like I don't socialize with other black women at all. I have nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with them. I see what they own. And yeah, I don't fuck with it. So I don't befriend other black women. I ain't really cool with them like that. So that's why I think the conversation about Megan Thee Stallion is a fake combo. And I already know it's a fake combo anyway because they trying to make their issue with Megan Thee Stallion, they try to make it about her being being repetitive with her music instead of what she politically stands for. They trying to control what the argument is about her hyposexual content. They try to make it about, oh well, can you do something else? What the fuck else would she do? She's Megan Thee Stallion. So what else would she do? She don't promote education. She don't promote being intelligent or being having class and autonomy. She don't promote that. That's not her brand. So what do you want her to do? Oh, you just want her to switch the beat up? That's it. That's all you care about, huh? It's about you get tired of the same old beat drums. The fuck? Well, I can tell you right now that black women being narcissistic is not going to be accepted in society at this point. You'll never see a caricature of a black woman who's narcissistic ever again in your lifetime. I'm telling you that now. So even if you did have narcissistic black women who were self-absorbed and only care about self, you won't see that being promoted as a any kind of standard or individuality with black women would never be promoted ever again. That's what I mean. You're never going to see black women with a different opinion. That era of black women is over. Like I said, that's what you had with boomers. With boomers, before AI and all this crazy shit, they was able to have an opinion because it would be different opposing opinions among black women about feminism, about misogyny, about, politics in general. It was a discussion amongst black women about these things, and they all had different perspectives on what they believe in or how they see things. You won't never see that again. That's not happening with these dumb bitches. Because most of them are uneducated trash anyway. Which is why their kids are going to be dumb as hell. If mommy is dumb as hell, the kids are going to be dumb as hell. I can guarantee you that. When it comes to education and it comes to being groomed and raised, we know that Negro males don't have a lot of stake in that, right? They don't have a lot of presence in that in raising children and grooming them, right? So if the mom is dumb as hell, the kids are going to be dumb as hell. If the daddy's dumb as hell, that's not really they don't make or break the kids because daddies are not really in the black community relevant. They supposed to be, of course, but they're not because black men are irrelevant. They don't have shit to offer. We all know this, right? So they're not really relevant in the upbringing of their kids. Okay? So that means that black women, so the onus is on the black women because it's the mom, it's the grandmom, it's the aunties. Those are the tribe. Okay? That's the community. That's the village. Is the women, not the men. So therefore, if the mom is dumb as hell, the children would be dumb as hell as well. It's all about the mother. It has nothing to do with the father. Okay? So that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen with the new generation coming in. Because the black women that I encounter on a day-to-day are stupid as fuck. Especially when it comes to politics and stuff like that. They're dumb. Like they know about a little something something when it comes to politics. They know about their benefits and wages, and I mean that's all really people really kind of care about when it comes to politics. Is how it benefits them. That's mostly everyone, but I'm just saying like black women are disorganized and they don't care about the right stuff. When it comes to grooming their kids, they're not looking at politics from that perspective. So yeah, them kids gonna be lost. And I would say at this point, white people have the majority of the vote and always have. Black people are not politically, um, they're not politically organized. So white people gonna just have the final say on a lot of shit. It's not gonna be a democracy, and damn sure ain't gonna be no democracy when it comes to black women. It's gonna be majority vote. Whoever the fuck wanna control, run shit. That's who gonna be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like black women's vote ain't gonna be much of shit. And I just see that as being the norm, especially with Gen Alpha. They not gonna be groomed to be politically aware. If they were, then they would leave us the fuck alone on social media and let us say whatever the hell we want to, and they're stalking us. So that means if they're using AI to control our conversations as millennials, then they're gonna be doing that with Gen Alpha. So we won't be politically aware because they're controlling what we're politically aware of. They try to control our mentality. So yeah, they try to fuck us up politically. And then you have these males online talking about trying to repeal black women's right to vote. Like, you have Negroes actually talking about that. Like, bitch, I don't need to vote because you're not getting no pussy. Like, that's all you got to do. Like, when you're a woman, like, that's the end of discussion. You can repeal whatever you want to, and that's what the hell these black girls need to be taught anyway. But anyway, you can do whatever the fuck you want to when you go to that White House or go in that damn Capitol. I don't give a fuck what you do, bitch. You're not getting ass. Now what, bitch? Now what you gonna do? Go ahead and do what the fuck you really want to do so I can chop you the fuck up. Because I'm getting tired of that whole discussion anyway. This shit is played out. It's like, you can do whatever the hell you want to and vote however way you want to, and they could take away all that government aid. Nobody gives a damn. You're still gonna die off. So at the end of your fucking day, that's still your destiny. So how about that, bitch? Trying to piss somebody the fuck off and going to this route of trying to be disrespectful or trying to control shit is a big fucking L on your part. Because you don't understand what the fuck I do have control over. Dumbass. So, anyways, I ain't worried about it. That's why when they on the internet having these dumbass discussions, I'm like, nigga, please. Cause this shit don't faze me. Go ahead and keep plotting against women, bitch. Okay. Keep plotting, bitch, and see where it gets you. Most black women are fucking dumb. Let's face it. Most black women are dumb and they're not about to do shit but be stupid and primitive. You know, this generation of black women are weak and soft and dumb. Okay? They're pathetic. And they don't need, well, what they need is to be neglected by other females. When they fall short on them bitch ass males they trying to prop up, they need to not have any females around that have to give them any kind of handouts or help. The women who are selfish need to stay selfish and not lend out ish to no other female. Figure it out on your own, bitch. That's what you need to do. That's how I feel about it. Cause I told y'all, and the reason why I'm saying that is because of what I just told y'all about how they gonna be preying on the new generation of black women. If this is all about who can be the biggest parasite, which is what I'm saying, it's about who can parasite off black women the best, right? That's what the competition is. Who can get over on a black female better? Okay, then if that's the case, then being selfish is very necessary at this time. Because you got the parasites coming. They coming. They're dumb. They're slow. They're primitive. They are unskilled. They're not creative. They don't have shit to live for. They don't have any positive traits. Only thing they can do is become a slave to somebody else's goddamn regime. Okay? That's all they can do. So therefore, you know what you need to do, right? You better protect all assets is what the hell you better do. Protect your space. Protect what's yours. That's what you need to be doing at this point in time, because these parasites are coming. Oh, they coming, honey. The more competent you appear, the more they roach ass is gonna show up. And I'm telling you that right now. Because when this shit fall apart, because it will, because the black community is already dead. I'm sorry to report, but it's just true. It ain't a lot of competent people left. And y'all need to understand, with white people, they come breed like with the best. They try to make sure that the competent black people who are, the most educated, intelligent, strong-willed, smart, all of those traits, good traits, they try to come in and breed with those black people and breed them out. So they'll be a part of the white genetics. They be doing that shit. They always looking for, just like on the movie Get Out, when she was online looking for those athletes and shit. Yeah, they be really doing that shit. So the black community has ran dry, in my opinion. It ain't a lot of competent people left. So now it's gonna become a battle of the fittest. That's what's happening. It's already happening now. So the more competent you are, the more selfish you are, the more you try to preserve anything. Dumb fucking dusty parasites that don't know how to preserve shit, who are fucked up, they're gonna be coming for your spot. Well, they're gonna be coming for your resources, not your spot. Because they can't come for your spot. They too incompetent to come for your spot. So they just gonna be trying to parasite off your ass. I always ask you for shit. I always acting like they need help and handouts from you. And your kids, if you have kids, they're going to become that shit too. Because they're your kid. It's easy for them to become a parasite forever. And what I'm saying is, they'll be a parasite forever. They ain't gonna never get out of your house. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck I don't care as a black woman where you come from. I don't give a fuck who your mama and daddy is. And I don't care how educated they are. I don't give a damn. Your kids will be parasites. I can almost guarantee that with every millennial. I can guarantee you that. Because the only reason why you were able to get to where you are, where you're competent, right, was through your parents. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have that. That stability that they had. You're not growing up in an economy like they were able to adult in. This is different now. You feel me? You're not never going to be on their level. Your kid's going to be with you forever. I can tell you that right now. Because the way they working your ass as a slave right now, and you can't even really be there for your kids like that, especially on an academic level, like, because they ain't teaching them kids shit at school. They just completely they don't care about them damn kids, is all I'm saying. Like, they might be doing their little homework, doing their little 1s and 2s and 3s, whatever. That ain't enough. That's not going to be enough. You understand? So I'm telling you right now. Your shit ain't going to be like how you were brought up. You're not going to be able to raise them like you were raised. That's not going to happen. So I'm telling you, these parasites coming. I'm prepared. I am prepared because I know I'm thinking right, and I know if you thinking right now, them fucking parasites gonna be coming for your ass in the future. Because if you thinking right, then they gonna come for you. Because they want to do what the fuck they want. We in a time where these bitch ass males want to do what the fuck they want to do. They think they run shit. They think they gonna make you their little slave and shit. That's what they think. They trying to push it and they trying to groom you into accepting that shit. That's what they're doing as a collective. They trying to not be of any relevancy to black women unless they can get some sex from your ass and use you and exploit you for something. That's where we at. That's where we at with these bitches. Okay? So you already know what's up. And these males are gonna be looking for the most intelligent women to breed with, because in order for their kids to have the intelligence and to be competent enough to take care of things when these males get old, they gonna need an intelligent person to attach themselves to for their kids to be properly groomed into doing or being who the hell their parents are going to need them to be when they're older. You understand? That these fucking males ain't playing with y'all. Y'all be thinking they asses don't know how to parasite. If it's anything a nigga don't know how to do is parasite. Y'all need to realize that. They might be dumb as fuck, but really they just demonic. You think it's dumb and lazy. No, they're fucking demonic. They're disgusting parasites from hell. So they don't even think like a human being. But they know how to parasite. They know how to do it well. So they look for people who they believe can take care of their raggedy ass, where they can have a better and easier life. That's what they be doing. So they gonna be coming for any black woman who have sense. That's who they gonna be stalking. Because them little thirsty sluts that they prop up, they don't really want that shit. Because once that become a burden, look at who the hell they trying to turn to. And then I'm gonna do you one better. Look at who them fucking whores, the women who are whores, sluts, the bitches that think they the baddie and they the pick me and a baddie and they the preference or whatever the fuck, them type of hoes. Look at who they turn to when them bitches ain't got shit. Like when they coochie dry up, you understand? When they can't sell coochie no more, when the men ain't really checking for them no more, look who the fuck they turn to. Think about it. Especially non-black women. They turn to black culture when them bitches don't have no money. Y'all ain't noticed that when a non-black woman poor and she ain't popping in her own community, she don't have shit to offer. She start trying to put on a black set and start acting black and start trying to blend in with black people. Only when she broke though. If she come from privilege, if she come from privilege, if she come from wealth, if she come from a distinguished background in her own community, a social economic status, high status, she don't converse with black people. She wouldn't even touch a black person. She wouldn't even breathe the same air as a black person. But when she's broke and she ain't got shit popping, her next best thing is to try to find a rich black dude to date and then start putting on a fake ass black scent. And if y'all don't think that's strategic on her end, just like with Taylor Swift, she purposely probably dated a white dude who likes black women just to make herself poppin'. Y'all don't even think that far, because y'all don't see how much y'all are relevant to these fucking parasites of other cultures. How they don't have nothing. They gotta copy you. They gotta copy the way you talk, act. They gotta co-opt your conversations. They gotta do everything to be you or around you just so they can be successful. So it's very possible that Taylor Swift only dated Travis because he was associated with a black female. I mean, the whole thing could be a PR fake ass arrangement. The whole thing could be fake. But it would make sense for business for Taylor to copy black women or be in their space somehow, just so she could be talked about. Because all they talk about on social media is black women. So if you associate it with a black woman in any type of way, you could be rich. That's going to get you instant clout, instant fame, make your channel blow up, your views blow up. That's how relevant black women are. And that's how parasite these people are. So yeah, she probably did do that on purpose, just so she could talk about her and her on her album, and then make her album blow up, because it did. Her her being talked about on the level she is blew her up. Because before that, it was just a little thirsty ass white little girls even caring about some damn Taylor Swift. Now she got the black community speaking on her raggedy ass. So I'm pretty sure that was a come up for her, since she's lame as hell. So yeah, that's how it works out here. And y'all still ain't figuring this shit out. Okay? You're a hot commodity, have been forever. And it's looking like to me that it's getting worse. Like, people ain't finding their own way, they ain't carving their own lane. They just feeding off of your ass even more than they ever was. Which is fucking disgusting. No, it's money and going viral being associated with black culture. That's where the money at. Because these other races of women don't have a fucking culture. They don't have a damn culture. And if they do have a culture, it's boring and it's whack. And nobody wants to partake in it. So they can't monetize and sell it the way you can sell black culture. Especially here in America. Because of all of the black celebrities. Black people are very relevant here. Like all of the black comedians, singers, athletes. We have a lot of black celebrity people. So our culture is rich. These motherfuckers of other cultures haven't even been able to create anything relevant the whole time they asses was here. And it's like they getting worse because they becoming more and more irrelevant every year. Like if Taylor Swift is your baddest bitch, think about that shit. Taylor Swift is they baddie. That's the girl. That's they Beyonce in the white community. What the what? How is that? How is that possible? How can she be your Beyonce? How in the world? That's terrible. That's how you know when shit done got bad. But anyway, I digress. Because the sad part is you have black women doing the shit too. Like, black women stay trying to capitalize. Why do y'all think? Like, I was gonna do a live about are the majority of black women poor in America, because well, I know the truth. I know the answer to that because you can just look at statistics. But the way people, black people exploit conversations about poor black women online is weird, and they really make poor black women the norm. They make the focus be on poor black women than black women who are so-called not poor, because they don't talk about regular black women who are regular, if regular means not to be poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't shed no light. They're always talking about Pookie and Ray Way. They always talking about the hood. They're always talking about EBT and government aid and shit like this. Like, with black people, that's always the topic of discussion. So it's real clear to me that they do the same. Sorry about that. Um, damn, where was I at? Forgot what I was saying. Um, oh yeah, about non-black people. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's crazy that Taylor Swift is the Beyonce of the white community. Like that's fucking weird. It's really strange, but that's all they have. Like they don't have nobody else. And in order to produce, and then look at it from this perspective too, because most of the white greats that they have is only because of black people. Like that's not their shit. Like their Elvises and Britney Spears is in all of those, and Justin Timberlake and shit. That's not even their shit. Those are black artists that perfected them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even say that their other greats before Taylor Swift were even relevant, because they wasn't. Not without black people, because we the ones was producing their damn music. You had black people writing their music. That wasn't no damn white people. Not they best shit. Now, some of they, I mean, I'm not saying that it ain't no great white writers. That's not true, but I'm just saying, like, come on now. Like, in pop culture, that was black people. So get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't care about that shit. I don't even like having those. I mean, because I just don't care about the music industry anymore. I don't care to even talk about it because that shit is dead. It's just dead because they so focused on the wrong ass shit that it's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not focused on making no artists. I think those days are over. I don't think they care about that shit no more. Like if Taylor Swift is the Beyonce of the white community, to me that means that they don't give a fuck about music at all anymore. They're not trying to you know, they're not trying to groom no new artists. They're not trying to make the entertainment industry great again. They're not trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? They done away with that. They like fuck artistry and developing artists. We don't care about that shit. All we care about is promoting this MAGA shit. Like all we care about is MAGA. You know what I'm saying? We want to promote these dumbass females being dumb as hell. And that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we about. We not about shit else. So we don't care about artist development because Taylor Swift represents white supremacy. She don't represent no real artist. Her whack ass, please. She represents white supremacy. Oh, I'm a white woman. I'm a victim. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna be your light. I'm gonna be your shining princess. Like, look at her album. Like, y'all know what she's doing. Like, she's promoting white supremacy is what she's doing. She promoting white male and female dominance, pretty much. That's what the hell she's promoting. So the fuck, clearly, that's a MAGA agenda. You know what I'm saying? So we know what the fuck they own, like with using her dumbass image as the standard and as the biggest artist of their culture. So that's what the fuck it is. So that's the facts, y'all. Like, I mean, I don't know what, that's just from my perspective. That's what the fuck it is, and that's what it's gonna stay. But anyways, so I mean, I don't really care about other people's communities like that. You know what I'm saying? I know what's going on, and here in this country, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be all you can be as long as your ass is attached to some fucking black people. I know that for a fact. That's how America is ran. That's how the fuck this bitch work. And Nick Nogs, they ain't shit without a black female being there. So them fuckers ain't relevant unless the fuck number one black women give birth to their ashy ass and keep their little rat asses alive. They not shit without those two things. Period. So they not the ones who are being. I mean, they might be the ones being sought after for genetic material because you have non-black women, using them as a fucking nut rag for ulterior motives. So that's what Negro males are, kind of used for here. But black women are the pinnacle. We the focus. Cause if we don't fuck with these ashy ass corroded niggas, they don't exist, and then can't nobody exploit shit because now ain't no reproduction going on. So that's how that works. That's why the fuck we the main focus, and they always worrying about what the fuck black women are doing. You don't see no obsessive conversations about black males. Nobody never talks about the motherfuckers. When it comes to government aid or ABT or whatever the hell you want to talk about, when it comes to government assistance, you don't never hear nobody talking about black males in that context. But they're always talking about black women in that context. When they want to talk about poverty and fucked up failed black relationships or the black community being poor or blah blah blah, everything revolves around what the fuck black women are doing. Anytime it's a political discussion about the black community, it's always about what the fuck black women are doing. You know, those are facts. So, but anyway, y'all, that's all I wanted to say because I think I was going into another discussion about something. Oh yeah, I already said it about Taylor Swift. Oh, and about black women being poor. This whole discussion. Like I said, you have other black people, and I think that most of the black people that was always talking about poor black women in America, I don't think they American. I think most of them motherfuckers are not even from here. Like they foreign black people, and they trying to, because you have foreign black people doing that shit too with their ashy ass. I noticed that too. That you have a lot of African black people and black people that's Haitian, whatever the hell. You have a lot of them speaking on American shit that ain't got nothing to do with their ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I noticed that a lot on the internet. Is most of the people that you think are African Americans speaking on African American business, it's really not even African American people speaking on American black people. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't have a life. I'm like, why don't they talk about their own culture? Like, they black too, right? They got melanin in their skin. Why don't they talk about their own community where they come from? See, them motherfuckers ain't relevant here. That's why they don't talk about their own culture when they here. They don't talk about their own culture. They only talk about American, and they usually only talk about American black women. Like that's how much of an obsession it is with American black women. Because even the foreign black women who are fucking black too can't keep our names out of their mouth either. See, at first I was thinking, oh, they just trying to silence black women and they trying to give these black foreign women a voice. I thought that was the thing with that at first, but then I started realizing no, they just trying to make money, and it don't make them money to talk about their own community like that. So their community is not a hot topic here in America, so they have to talk about whatever's relevant. So they stay talking about American people when they're not fucking American. So even they can't make any money unless they got black women's name in their mouth, which is sad. Because you would think they'd be able to come up with their own original content, and they can't even do it. They can't even do it. It's sad. How in the hell? I thought black people was relevant everywhere. That was used to be my mindset. Is that I thought black people was just we just special type of people. We just create culture and wherever we go, and it just be the norm or whatever. But when I look at these foreign people, black people who live in America, when I look at them and their content and the stuff they talk about online, I'm like, what in the hell is up with y'all? Why is y'all talking about this? Why is y'all caring about Taylor Swift? Like, that's not even. Do y'all even know who the hell that is? Like, that's Taylor Swift. She's not, number one, black, and number two, she not really prevalent where you come from, is she? Like, Africans be going to see Taylor Swift in concert. I don't see no damn Africans there. I mean, I see them at the Beyonce concert, but I don't be seeing them at no damn Taylor Swift concert. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm like, y'all just flat out on the internet talking about some shit that don't concern none of y'all. Like, y'all need to know what the hell y'all talking about, really. They literally just going by a script. I promise you, they listen to black women's content and they copy verbatim whatever a black American woman says. They just copy it. They just jot it down or use AI or something, and they just jot it down, and then they just copy them completely. Fucking look at that bitch. But they probably are bots. I'm pretty sure. I think that they are bots. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say for right now, because I can't even really. I'm trying to get my thoughts together because I'm kind of scattered brain right now because I'm trying to figure out what else that I want to include in this conversation. Can't think of nothing. So I guess I'm good, y'all. Like, I'm good on the conversation because I ain't got nothing else to say about it. Um to answer the question like that I presented on my thumbnail, I don't think that this MAGA shit is over by a long shot. I feel like that's gonna be the norm. Like, I don't feel like they ever gonna get rid of Megan Thee Stallion or change her content or nothing. This bitch is gonna be out here for as long as she can be relevant, and as long as she look like she look, they gonna keep selling that shit of her being a pussy popper and not having shit else to present. So, and that goes for her ass and everybody the hell else. Yeah, I know I said something about black women being poor, but my point is that black women are. I think that the majority of black women in America are poor, and um, that's it because that's all they talk about is poor black women like online. They don't talk about nothing else. So it ain't no other black women who can exist if you're always talking about poor black women. Because if black women who are not poor, if they were the norm, then that conversation would be the norm. You know what I'm saying? Whatever non-poor black women would be doing right now, like doing in culture in America, would be a topic of discussion. But nobody talks about them because they don't exist. Clearly, you have black women who can't apply for assistance. You have black women who can't get assistance, like they can't get government assistance, but they're not rich, so they still would be poor. They just not eligible to get assistance. That's what I think is happening. Like that's got to be, and that means the point of a point about it is that that's gonna keep being a discussion. Like black poor women are always gonna be the topic because that's the majority of black women in America. And all of the other black women who try to act like they're not poor, they are poor. They just can't get assistance. They not poor enough to get aid, but they still broke. Which is why they're always talking about poor black women, because they ass is trying to get views and attention by talking about poor black women because they broke ass is trying to get a check. They doing what most of the brokies do. You see how people who are not relevant and don't have no creativity, or they don't have no culture, they don't have shit to talk about, they're always talking about poor black women. We already discussed this. They don't have any originality or any original thought, so they don't talk about anything relevant other than poor black women. So that means that the black women who are also participating in that behavior are also poor. Nah, I feel like I just want black women to understand this. You're not fucking wealthy. Like, even if you're not on the poverty line, you're still poor. Like, there's nothing but poor black women in America. Black women are not wealthy. So black women can claim that they're middle class, but obviously middle class black women don't exist because there's no discussion about middle class black women. You only have a discussion between, it ain't even a between. It's like you have foreign black people that's talking about American poor black people, because that's what I mostly see online. And then you have poor black women talking about other poor black women. Like, you ain't got no rich, wealthy black women talking about poor black women. So a lot of delusional ass black women, they want to not be seen as being like poor or ghetto or whatever. But the fact is, they are poor. They the working poor. Most black women are working class, poor women. And it's also a statistical fact. So, black women need to stop taking the bait. Like, stop listening to these motherfuckers who are equally poor talk about other poor people. Because y'all have to understand, they see you as a business. Like, a lot of black women, like the other poor black people, see you as a business. So they talk about you because they need views and they need to be relevant, because they asses are broke and they looking for a check by talking about you. You don't listen to those motherfuckers tell you what you need to be doing, because they capitalize off of poor decisions from your community. Like, if you made the right decision, they wouldn't make any money. You have to realize that. Like, who they going to exploit if you make the right decision? You feel me? Which is why not having kids. And only focusing on yourself and your finances and shit. If you did that, put your education first and promote feminism and stuff like that. If you did that, they asses would not have no content. But what you need to realize is that they asses are broke too. Them motherfuckers don't have no money. That's why they always talk about poor people. They always have to connect themselves to the impoverished people because they dumbasses don't fit in with the wealthy people because they're not fucking wealthy. And when they're always obsessively talking about EBT and government aid, it's because they can't get it. They don't they don't make they're not poor enough to get it, but they're still poor. Or they don't have any kids, so they can't get it because they gotta, in order to apply for certain things, you have to have kids to do that. So if it's just you by yourself and you have a full-time job, you're not getting shit. Because all of this conversation about black women on EBT and shit, they're mainly talking about black women who have children. Because most of the black women who don't have kids, who have regular jobs, can't even apply. They can't even get EBT. And I don't give a fuck if they paying bills or paying for somewhere to live. It don't matter because they still can't get that assistance. They don't have any kids. Because that's what you getting it. That's what the benefit is for. It's not for you because you broke. It's for if you have kids and you can't feed them. They only worrying about the kids. They're not worrying about you. So single women will be really screwed in that situation, which is what they're doing. The government is doing it on purpose, trying to make being a single black woman not livable. Because they know if you can opt out and be single and be good, then that fucks up these males having access to you. So that's why they're trying to fuck up. But it really, poor black women is all that the black community consists of. So whenever you having people harping on poor black women, they asses don't have no money either. Like, they not high and mighty. They're not on no high horse. They're not better. They're not nothing. You really don't even need to be listening to their ass, to be honest. Because they would have better shit to do than talking about Pookie and Ray Ray and fucking LaQuisha all day. I mean, why they not talking about something else? Their asses don't talk about education. They don't talk about politics. They don't talk about nothing. All they talk about is Pookie and Ray Ray. All they want to know is how many baby mamas Ray Ray have, how Ray Ray is a dusty, how Ray Ray ain't taking care of his kids, how Ray Ray keep talking about, EBT cards, how LaQuisha is, always, messing with Ray Ray, and how LaQuisha have all them kids out of wedlock, how LaQuisha ain't, this and that. That's all these motherfuckers talk about. Like, they don't talk about nothing else. Nothing else. They whole channel is based on that conversation, and shit is pathetic. But it's because most black women are poor because, like I said, if it was so many black women who are not working class and who don't have kids who are working class are going to be in the working class, which means that she's broke because wealthy people provide better lifestyles for their kids. So, that's how wealthy people operate. They're going to move their asses into a community where it's viable partners. That's what white people do. You gonna move into a community where it's viable men to viable women so that your children can have a chance to thrive in a equal, economically, socioeconomically equal status. So they won't be dating down and dating trash. But black women don't have that lifestyle. They kids, come on now. Most black women are poor, working class and poor. Even jobs that you would think, would pay some decent money don't even pay decent money anymore. Like, because of all this stuff, the inflation, all the stuff that don't happen, like, even the jobs that you think were professional back, like, maybe in the 90s or the early 2000s, They've literally changed it to now where that's a basic income. That's not considered no high paid job anymore. And y'all still working the same damn job and have the same pay. They haven't went up or increased your pay. You still doing the same shit, making the same amount of money you was 20 fucking years ago on the same damn job. And now you don't have no benefits. So when you retire, you ain't gonna have shit. You'll probably be dead before you would top retire now anyway. I'm just tired of this conversation with people trying to act like they not broke and they talking about broke people like this. Bitch, clearly you're around these people a lot. So I'll say, if you're a wealthy person and you have money, you're gonna be around other wealthy people and you're not gonna know about the life of a damn broke black woman because you don't associate your ass in a community where there's mothers and fathers and everybody's socioeconomic status is on the same field. That's where you would live and where you would reside. You wouldn't be in no ghetto ass project community full of poor women and poor males who y'all stay talking about in your mouth. Like, how the hell you know so much about them? If you really think about it, the whole culture of black people is poor people. Like, the way they talk about black people in general, any discussions is on the poor level. Like any discussion, like name any discussion that's being had over the internet. They're only addressing the poor black people and what they're dealing with when it comes to politics, when it comes to wealth and economics, when it comes to education, when it comes to any fucking thing you can think of, any topic of discussion. It's always the poor people who are being addressed. If black women were doing well economically, then that wouldn't be the case because there would be a whole bunch of other things to talk about with the rich black people, the rich black women who are not the statistic. They would be a discussion too. They would be having discussions about their life. Why they not being discussed? Why ain't rich millennial black women being discussed? Why ain't rich millennial black women being talked about and the stuff that they're doing right now? Why is it always Pookie and Ray Ray and LaQuisha? Why is it always them? Where are the discussions about the rich, wealthy, stable, millennial black women? Why is that not a discussion? It's because it doesn't exist. Like, they poor too. It ain't no divide. It ain't no damn status. It ain't no different status. It ain't no different nothing. Those women, everybody's poor in the black community. The black community is poor. You only have that small percent of black people who are wealthy, and then you have all the broke ass black people. That's the truth. So when you listening to these fucking people online, like trying to get you to date up and level up, you cannot level up. Cause it ain't shit to level up to unless you date a white person, which is nasty. That's why those conversations bother me. Because when they telling you to level up, they literally telling you to go date a white person. Cause you can't date nobody within your community because they all poor. You're not leveling up fucking with them. Period. Like, how you leveling up talking to somebody who's poor? That's not a level up. That's not a level up. So, but they keep trying to make you, like, trying to convince you that it's something that you can do to change your situation, or you can pussy pop to a better situation, and that's not true. Because the fuck, only way that's possible is if you date out of the black race, because everybody else community is looking out for them. So everybody else community are thriving because they working together. They have money, they have businesses, they have stores, they have clinics, hospitals, all that shit. They work together. You don't have that. So all of your people poor. So when you seeing these ashy ass primitive black people on the internet running their fucking mouth about poor people and acting like they not a part of that class of poor people, they're lying. And them broke motherfuckers, the real clear, obvious, um, the obvious proof that they're poor is that they keep talking about poor people. Because that's how they make their damn money. Most of the black people online are agents of white supremacy, pretty much. Like, they not regular people, and they not a part of the community. They outside. They're not outside economically, but they outside because their mentality is to fuck you up. You can't listen to none of these black people online because their whole goal is to fuck you up and tell you to do something this destructive on purpose, and they're getting paid to do that. So they're not here to help you. They're not here to level you up. They telling you to do something that's gonna fuck you up even worse. And they all broke too. So that's the truth. Because if it wasn't, then like I said, these motherfuckers would have been found something else to talk about other than EBT cars. Why is there such a big conversation online about black people? I don't understand. So everybody's on EBT? Is that what you're trying to say? And if there's such a small minority of black women on EBT, then why the fuck are you talking about it? Because it's not even relevant. Because most of us are rich, and most of us are living above the poverty level. We don't even, we wouldn't even qualify for EBT or government aid. So we wouldn't be the topic of discussion when it comes to government aid. We only a topic because the most recipients of government aid are black women. That's why. Who could actually get it? Because a lot of black women need assistance. They just cannot get it. Because the government, just like they're doing right now, they change how you apply. They change how you're eligible. They'll move the goalposts to act like, okay, well now if you make this certain amount of money, you're not poor. And they gonna keep doing that because they motherfucking ass is just trying to make it seem like they rapist ass are not trying to fuck with black women's economic status. They want to make it look like they're not doing that. But when they keep changing the damn goalposts, they're doing that to try to make it so it won't seem like you're poor. Because by a standard that they created, you're not poor, even though you are poor. You understand? They do this shit all the time. They'll say that, oh yeah, you make this amount. Oh, you got a new job. You making this certain amount, and now you're not eligible for this amount, bitch. But they're poor. Like, that's money. That's cash money. That cash money is going to bills, not food. So even though they have that extra income, they're trying to pay a fucking bill cash money with that, not pay for food. So they still should be able to qualify for the amount of assistance that they were getting. They still should qualify for it, even though they got the extra income, because that's going to something else. But they don't count that shit. That's how they do. They'll say this, no, you got this income coming in, use it for food. Whatever other bills that you have to pay, fuck them bills. We're telling you that whatever bill you're trying to pay, you can't pay it. Like, that's not important. What we're deeming as important is you feeding them fucking kids, because we're gonna lower your amount that you get. And they do this every year, especially them fucked up Republicans. Every time they get in the White House, that's what they do. They move the goalpost. And then they try to make black women look stupid because they try to make you think you high and mighty when really you just a working slave. You just got to work more hours to not make that much money. That's all they getting you to do. Just so you can then say, oh, I'm not poor. Yes, the hell you are. You're poor. It don't matter what the hell they move the goalpost tonight. It don't matter. What's the average income? What are you making on average? How much is in your bank account? How much assets do you have and you own? Those are the things that determine whether your ass is rich or poor. It's real simple. It don't matter what the government say. Cause them bitches, if they have it their way, they'll always make you seem like you rich even though you ain't got shit. That's they trick bag. Trying to make you an independent, strong black woman. What do you think? That's the point. That's how they do it. In order for you to not look like you're broke, you need to take on those extra hours and get a secondary job just so you can make ends meet. And if you don't do that, then you're going to have to sacrifice any bills you have to pay so that your ass can go in there and apply for assistance. So I don't understand what part of this black women don't get. You're poor. Sorry to break it to you, but anybody that understands economics and understand how this shit roll, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be confused about shit because they know better. Okay? Your male group is poor. Look at them. Look at them on. Anytime that you coming from a poor male group, like your male group is poor, you always gonna be poor as a woman because we live under patriarchy. So that's common sense that if your man don't have no money, you don't have no money. Duh. It's taking two incomes. Take about 4 incomes now. Okay? For you to be making a decent amount of money, right? So if your man is poor, you're poor. You don't get to be rich and then be coming from the most failed broke males on earth. That's not possible. You can't claim that your ass rich if your male group is poor when you live under patriarchy. You can do that shit if you live under matriarchy, but you can't do that shit if you live under patriarchy. Because this society gets its wealth through men. It don't get its wealth through women. That's only in a fucked up community where that's happening, where shit is backwards. Because everybody else, the wealth is getting passed down through generational wealth, which would be through the males. So if you can't flex that, if you can't say that you have generational wealth, you're poor. Black women can't help black poor women because they're fucking poor. That's why black women stay running their mouth, because they don't have the money and resources to help other black women out. They don't have the money to do it. So that's why they talk down on black women who are poor. That's why they do that shit. That's why they be saying, you need to get a better man. You need to do this, do that. They talk shit because them bitches don't have the money to hand to no black woman who's broke. And if they do, it's only a few fucking dollars. It ain't enough to get her out of poverty. You're not wealthy just because you hand somebody 20 damn dollars. The hell? You're broke. $20 ain't nothing. Like, what you talking about? Shit, $1,000 ain't shit. Not now. And that's the guys on the truth. Shit. $1,000 ain't gonna get your ass by but maybe a week. Shit. If you have to pay bills and you have to eat, $1,000 gonna be gone real quick. So if you only got $20, you only have $20 to give somebody, your ass is broke. Sorry, boo. You're not rolling big just because you got an extra $20. I mean, thanks for the charity, but it's not really all that. I mean, it's help, and I think that somebody should be thankful even if you got 20. But I'm just saying, like, in reality, that's not a lot of money. That's not gonna help nobody out. Like, that's not gonna get nobody on their feet. It's just not. The issue with black women is that they're broke and they ass come from the most poor failed male group in history, and they haven't been able to establish any real wealth because they are women and they think they're dudes. So a lot of black women think they're bosses when the fuck they're not, because they not making nowhere near the same amount as their male counterparts. They only was able to get a damn checking account like what 50 years ago, or maybe 50 or 60 years ago, whatever. That's not even a really long time. So therefore, if your ass spent most of your time in this country being economically disenfranchised, I don't know why the hell you think just because of a fucking feminist movement, this basically these bills are trying to repeal at this point in time. I don't know why you think you on a level of a man's wealth. Bitch, you're not. I don't know why you hoes think you're Oprah Winfrey. You're not. If black women was creating generational wealth, why are your kids so fucking poor? Why do you have Megan Thee Stallion as the representation of young black women when you could just have somebody that came from generational wealth, who are educated and just regular? Why is that never the image of black women? Why is it always some hoe, some slut, some bitch who seems uneducated? Why is that the norm? Because most of the black women in entertainment, they're trash. Like, instead of selling education and intelligence, they selling ass. Why do they need to do that if they went to college and they have a college education in it? Or if they come from that's what I'm saying. Like, even with Kimora Lee, I know she not black technically, but she thinks she black. Anyway, you have even the black kids who are benefiting from nepotism because they have celebrity parents. They're selling ass. How are they selling ass? Why do they need to sell ass for? Why aren't they just coming out here, you know, just flaunting the fact that they are well-rounded, educated people who have generational wealth? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see that as the norm, and that's because most black women's children are poor because their mothers they haven't provided no generational wealth. You know, that's why that's the norm in the black community. That's why the hell you always have LaQuisha dating Pookie and Ray Ray. That's why you had that dynamic. Because if black women were really wealthy, then their asses would be, I don't know, maybe grooming their daughters to date up. But you always have black female politicians. You always have them always speaking on the poor Pookies and Ray Rays. They don't even speak on black women who are good, you know what I'm saying, who are not poor. They don't speak on them. They always act like, oh, I need to speak for the poor blacks. They always speaking for that because that's the norm. If it wasn't the norm, they wouldn't speak on it as much because it just wouldn't make sense. They don't need to speak on it because it's not really prevalent. But they always talking about poverty and EBT and police brutality and policing and criminal justice and all this type of bullshit. Like, that's, even your educated politicians are always talking about that. Why? They don't come from that community. It don't make no sense. Yeah, wealthy people love to see ass, and black women always fucking showing it. That's the point. You ain't gotta show ass when you're wealthy. The fuck? What you need to show ass for? Bitch, you can't do nothing else. You don't know how to just be all you can be. You don't know how to do that. It's impossible to do that. Or are you a broke bitch who gotta show ass because that's how you make your money, by being a whore? You don't make money doing nothing else. Nothing else is paying you but showing your ass. That's what it looked like to me. Looked like prostitution to me. It looked like some disenfranchised, low income bitches who trying to build their wealth by being a whore. So let me shake this ass in front of white zaddy or whoever the fuck else gonna give me a couple of dollars. That's what it looked like. I'm just saying that's what it looked like. It might not be what it is, but that's what it looked like. That's what it's giving. But anyway, I was just trying to let you black women know that that's what's going on this internet. Like that's what these black people are doing. They just try to exploit your situation and make it worse. And they don't like you. None of these people that's talking and running their mouth about EBT and all that stuff, they don't like you. They want you to keep fucking Pookie and making more babies and getting on more assistance. Because if they didn't like it, then they would tell you to stop fucking with broke males who ain't got nothing. Because you won't end up on EBT if you do that. That's what they would say if they really cared. Them women don't fuck with y'all. Period. They just trying to use you for clickbait and views so they can make some money with their broke ass. That's what they're doing. They using you as content. They using you for viewership and they using you for content. And that's what a broke bitch would do. Because if you educated and intelligent, you'll go out there and make money the fucking educated way. I don't feel like talking shit about poor black people all day is the educated way to make money. I don't feel like you can go to school for talking shit about black people. That's not how you get an education. That's not how you get a degree in something, is by talking shit about black women. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I said what I had to say, and I will talk to y'all later.